Sambhuti is the perishable, manifest world or Jagat. Those who worship a Sambhuti fall into blinding darkness. Sambhuti is the unmanifest, pure being or Isha. Those who devote themselves to Sambhuti alone enter an even greater darkness. Sambhuti and Asambhuti crosses death through the knowledge of the world and attains immortality through the knowledge of Isha. Understanding Sambhuti and Asambhuti means giving equal importance to both in the way you live. As you cope with the demands of the world and pursue your search for the truth, you reach a maturity of understanding. At that stage, the manifest drops away like a baby slipping out of the mother's womb at birth.
And we reach that wondrous garden, the bounty that surrounds and reaches within, removing all boundaries.
This realization takes patience and time. One must do sadhana and continue one's pursuit of the truth with steadfastness and deep understanding. Of the Ishavasya Upanishad are the ideal prayer for the selfless seeker, chanted with emotion upon the depth of the personal ego and the start of true realization. Deep in meditation, the spiritual seeker shakes off the last vestige of ego that veils his true self and prays that he be allowed to see the full, blinding glory of the truth.
हिरण्मयेन पात्रेण सत्यस्यामिहितं मुखं तत्त्वं पूषन्नवावृणु सत्यधर्माय कृष्णये
The face of truth is hidden by your golden orb, O Sun. Remove this orb so that I, who am devoted to that which is true, may behold the glory of truth.
What is this golden orb that eclipses the true self? Could it be the glamour and glitter of the material world? Or could it be the golden color of the sun as it rises and sets?
The golden orb carries with it all the attributes that color our vision. Remove these attributes. Cries out the dying ego that I may see you as the supreme being without attributes, that I may come face to face with the truth I have been searching for.
On the banks of a stream stood a high wall. And on top of the wall sat a sad, thirsty man. The wall prevented him from reaching the river. and he was desperately thirsty, like a fish that had been pulled out of water. Suddenly, he threw a brick in the river, and the sound of the splash reached his ears like the words spoken by a sweet and loving friend, making him drunk as if it were wine. So thrilled was he by the sound of water that he began tearing at the bricks of the wall. With each brick, I get closer to the running water, he said. With each brick I remove, this wall gets lower. Prizing out these bricks brings me closer to God in all humility. As long as this wall remains lofty and proud, it prevents me from bowing my head to you. I cannot be freed from my earthly body until I bow before the water of life. The greater the thirst atop the wall, the quicker the bricks must be ripped. The greater the love for the sound of water, the quicker the tearing of the bonds. He who hears the rush of water is intoxicated by it. He can hear nothing but the splash.
O Bhushan, O Nourisher, O lonely traveler in the heavens, O controller of all. O Surya, son of Prajapati, disperse thy rays and gather up thy burning light. I behold thy glorious form, the Purusha within thee. He am I.
A man knocked at the door of his friend's house. Who are you? Asked his friend from within. It is I who come to your door, said the man. Go away, not now. This isn't the time. There's no place here for the immature.
Baro hangam nist, barchuni khane makame kham nist.
So the wretched man went away and traveled afar for a year.
Khamrajuz atishe hijro frag ke pazad ke varihanad az nifaq.
His mind and heart were burnt by the fire of separation from his friend.
Rafta miskino sale dar safar dar frake dost soze das sharar pokta gasht an sokta pas baz gasht baz karde khana hum baz gasht.
Eventually the man returned and knocked again at the door of his friend's house. With deep respect and humility. Who's there at my door? Asked his friend. It is none other than you, O beloved, said the man. His friend replied, then come inside my house, for here I can tell there is little or no room for two.
Guft yaresh mandara nist ganjai do manra darye
Transcending mind and intellect, the ego surrenders to the truth. The individual in meditation meets truth in silence and becomes truth. Soha must be, he am I. That essence is not different from my own inner essence. I exist because of it. If that is not, then I am not. The wave that has realized itself understands and experiences the ocean. The knower of Isha becomes Isha.
Okay. Let us suppose